Greetings, it's Iain at RTO here. Welcome to a new album review. It's one that came out a little while ago because yours truly forgot to do it and I had to be reminded by Dave. But before we do this, can I just make an apology for the Lynyrd Skynyrd, where the camera seems to be getting lower and lower. I do apologise for that, but recording that one today, the demons were out to get me, but hopefully they're not going to get me on this one. So, this album is the last one we got from Gordon, and he sort of planned this. He knew exactly what he wanted on the cover and when to release it. So, this is from shows he did in London and at the Royal Albert Hall in 2016. He said this has got to be released. Obviously he knew he was not very well, and he said that with no changes, no clean-up, nothing else, just record it and put it out as it is, and I think that's great. So the cover was set, as I said, the cover was approved by Gordon himself, and he told them that it will be called Live at Royal Albert Hall. So joining on stage Gordon on this was, on the bass we had Rick Hayes, drums and percussion Barry Keane, keyboards was supplied by Mike Heffernan, lead guitars Carter Lancaster, and Gordon himself did the vocals and 12-string acoustic guitar and acoustic guitars. So what do we get on this? A 2 CD set. Some great tracks on here. I'll say it's a must. So the CD opens up with From Sundown, The Watchman's Gone. What a beautiful song, and he's still singing it as good. And then we get the Sea of Tranquility from Dream Street Rose, one of my favourite tracks off that album. Now and Then from Cold on the Shoulder, a fantastic track. All the lovely ladies, another track from Cold on the Shoulder. The singing is wonderful, the playing is fantastic. Then he does a couple of tracks from one of his later albums, A Painter Passing Through, which is a really, really good album. You've never heard it. We get the brilliant Drifters, and one of my favourite tracks, this was one that got into my tribute show, A Painter Passing Through. It's just a very simple track, and Gordon's voice, you know, in his 80s when he was singing this, or late 70s, early 80s. It's a wonderful vocal. You know, a man of that age and still singing strong. Then we go to the Don Quixote album, and for a bit of Christian Island. I love that track. It's so relaxing. Rainy Day People, which is just an absolute classic, from Cold on the Shoulder. Beautifully played. Shadows from Shadows. Again, these songs are just so good. They give them that little bit of edge and atmosphere when they're played live. They're lovely on the albums, but live they all sound really good. Then we get Beautiful from Don Quixote. Fantastic track. Carefree Highway from the brilliant Sundown album, one of my favourite albums by Gordon Lightfoot. Did She Mention My Name? The classic. Really good. Ribbons of Darkness, and then we get Sundown itself, which is a fantastic track. One of my favourites, of course. Then we go on to CD 2. This CD opens up with Sweet Guinevere from Endless Wire. Wonderful. And then one of the highlights of this album, the track from Summertime Dream, is the wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald. It's absolutely brilliant on here. The atmosphere, you can see he's telling this wonderful story of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and you can just imagine the crowd. You couldn't hear a pin drop when this was being played. Absolutely fantastic. Never Too Close from Summertime Dream, another great track. The title track from Don Quixote. Minstrel of the Dawn from Sit Down, Young Stranger, an absolute fantastic track. I've never heard that live before, and it's really good. Then we have I'd Rather Press from I'm Waiting for You. Terrific track. Let It Ride from the Easter Midnight album. If I Could Read Your Mind, and just brilliant version. One of the best. Restless, Baby Step Back from Shadows. And then we have from Lightfoot, way back to where it all began, and Early Morning Rain. What a rendition of this song it is. And then the album track, the last track, is Waiting for You. If you're not a big fan of Gordon Lightfoot, I recommend this because you've got some of the best songs he ever recorded all in one place, and some very good versions of it. His singing is good, strong, wonderful performance, a great backing band. I just love this album, and to think that he had this all planned before he died, and what a lovely present from him to all of us. Some of his last live recordings. We've got everything on here, haven't we? From the very first album to the modern stuff. But it's pure brilliance, and it's sad when you listen to this as well. I had first time I heard it, it was quite sad listening to it. You think, God, this is the last time we're going to have an album from Gordon. Okay, it's all his hits, but it's the last sort of thing. I do play this a lot, and I've really grown to love this album. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. So there we go. That's it for this week. Hopefully the demons will be gone by Monday. Yeah, having a weekend off this weekend. Got a busy weekend next weekend, so I'm going to have a channel-free weekend. But I'll be back on Monday, and we're going to start off with a viewer's request, and it's one of my earliest subscribers. He's been a subscriber for a very long time now, and it's Ralph, and he's asked for Cats in Space, which are a great sort of British adult rock band, melodic rock. They are really, really good. Big fan of those. If you like Mike and the Mechanics and Paul Carrick, you're going to like these if you've never really heard their stuff. And also we've got another Classic View blues album, and we've got a great one of the greatest blues players. He wasn't with us for very long. He only recorded 39 songs in his whole career, and that's the brilliant Robert Johnson. If you want genuine original blues, this is your man. And it's his classic album, King of the Delta Blues Singers. It's an absolute gem. So that's all coming on Monday. Hope you all have a good weekend, and I'll see you all Monday. So bye for now.